All right, let's get into your guys' review of Together.
Billy, wake up!
You'll be okay. Whiskey for the pain.
Well, I guess I'll start off by saying that seeing the promos and previews for the movie, I actually wasn't really looking forward to it. I thought it looked kind of gimmicky. I wasn't really sold on like the casting of like Dave Franco and Alison Brie. I just thought it was like a kind of gimmicky artsy movie that they were doing. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this one. But the reviews, obviously were glowing. I think this has like a 90-something% on Rotten Tomatoes. So decided to give it a shot. And early on, I wasn't super into the movie because I just thought the characters was kind of I don't know how to categorize them. I guess 10 years ago I would have probably called them hipsters or something, but I don't know. I just thought the characters were kind of a little too artsy, and I didn't really find them very relatable. And as the movie went on, it started to kind of grow on me once the whole story is about the characters like moving to this new location, and then stuff happens. I'll leave it vague. And once that all started to happen, I started to get pretty into the movie, and I actually started to think that the casting of them was actually very perfect. And I never thought Dave was like on the level of his brother James acting wise, but I think in this movie he might have like given the performance that is maybe better than anything James has given. Like he truly gave a fantastic performance in this film. So did Alison Brie, and I liked it, but I also didn't love it. But it's good, really good.
Yeah. I get what you're saying about the characters because they seemed a little too old to be in the spot they were in their lives. You know what I mean? They were too old to be like, hey, where's our relationship going? And are you gonna get a job? That's like early 20s. These guys are solid 30s.
Yeah, but he was supposed to be like he's like a guy that a family rock star. Basically, he still has that dream that I'm gonna make it one day.
Yeah,
so I kind of bought it because his character I think was supposed to be 35 or something like that. So I bought it.
And then she's a teacher, yeah. And I guess it's not like they've been dating since they were 20s. It doesn't say. They could have just been together for a little bit. I can't remember.
They keep it kind of vague, but I like the little backstory that they gave them because she's supposed to be the sister of one of the bandmates, and all the bandmates hate her because they feel that she broke up the band, that she's like the Yoko.
Yeah, because it seems like that band's going for their second run.
Yeah,
like she stopped them the first time and they had a little success, and now they're doing it again. Dude, I've always thought Franco was better than his brother. I'm not a huge
James.
I'm not a huge James. I like Dave, but Dave is still typecast. But I get what you're saying. They were kind of mushy. They were like slugging through the movie, and I'm like, fuck. Is this supposed to be something that I'm supposed to get like some kind of not like the whole, not like the like is there a part that I'm missing because maybe it's not my like genre of like people, or like an A24 kind of film, but more like the shitty ones like Heredity and that other Summer Night bullshit. Yeah, I didn't like it. Yeah,
those are the best.
You're not getting any Ari Aster level here.
Yeah, none of that stuff. So, but like you said, and at first the story was going like, I'm like, oh shit, this is like a Tales from the Crypt, and it's like, but a shitty one, more like Tales from the Dark Side. And it started to roll and it started to get good, and then I'm like, okay, I'm with it. I'm starting to appreciate. And it wasn't one of those things where it's like how there's the movies where it's kind of like something's going on and it's one person and then nobody fucking believes them, and then at the end it's like, one of those kind of bullshit ass movies. It's very early on, a lot's revealed, and both of them are in on it. You know what I mean? Both of them get it. It's not like you spend the whole fucking movie trying to convince the other person. That kind of, like, that's it. I hope that's not spoiled, but it's not. It doesn't do that shit. Like when we talk about when you watch a shark movie and they don't show the shark to the end or the monster to the end, it doesn't get like that. But like it or not, love it or not, it's kind of all worth it for the
For that final shot.
for the final fucking shot,
Mhm.
dude.
I want
And it was fun because I was like, they set it up, and I was like, if you don't fucking do this, I'm gonna fucking hate this fucking movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if they didn't do that at the end, I would have been like, fuck this movie. Everybody stop watching it. But there's a part where you're gonna be like, okay, it was worth it. But and I mean, it's
See,
it's
I kind of have opposite reaction to that.
you didn't like the last shot,
I liked it, like in on paper. It's just so
but they had to do it though,
funny.
right?
But it's so funny though.
But if they didn't do it, you were gonna be
But
pissed.
was it supposed to be funny?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'm glad they
No,
did. I needed it. At that point, I was too invested. I needed that shit.
You needed it, but I don't know if I needed it to happen in that way.
But I'm glad they did it, and it's like it kind of snuck up on me, the movie, because the whole time I was trying to figure out if I liked it, and then by the end I'm like, yeah, it was cool. It was okay. It wasn't as shitty. Like I went into it thinking it's either gonna be awesome and gruesome or just gonna be shit the bed, and it really wasn't that bad. I give it like a 3.5. Solid
I like
3.5
more
out
than
of 5.
that. I liked it a bit more, but I do have to bring up something really quick because that was one thing I wanted to bring up, that ending, that final shot. But the other thing, something that disappointed me about this movie, because I like the story. I think it's, got a clever premise or whatever, but
Original for sure, yeah.
Yeah. there's not a lot of horror in the movie, a lot of like scares and stuff like that. And what really disappointed me was in the trailer, they really showed that saw scene, right? And then in the movie, they have that they're about to do that saw scene, and they just cut. And like
It's the trailer. They teased it in the movie. They still didn't even do it. Yeah.
and they set it up in the movie earlier with the whole saw when they move into the house, and it's like they just cut it and they played it as a joke. And I'm like, dude, I needed that scene. That would have been like the Evil Dead moment in this movie.
But I'm wondering if that was like a conscious choice to keep it like
I think it was budget.
should I mean like even keel, like with like a, because it wasn't really super gory up till then anyway. So
Maybe I just really didn't think they wanted to film it.
but the few effects it had were really fucking good, dude.
Yeah,
Like the fusing and stuff, I thought that was done well.
yeah.
So you
Except
guys
the
would
weird,
so you guys would recommend it to anyone, or
it's better than War of the Worlds.
I'd give it like an 8 out of 10.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Even though you have these big kind of issues with the movie.
I have some issues with the movie, but like when I think in rewatching, I won't have those issues because like most of the issues are like with the characters and stuff.
Mhm.
But the casting was so perfect that I think like on second viewing, it won't bother me as much. But a lot of these A24 and Neon films, like I think you can kind of like make the argument that a lot of them would probably work better as short films. Maybe this one would have worked better as a short film, but overall the premise is strong, the cast is great, strong direction, so it's worth checking out. I think it's only like 90 minutes too, right?
But I get what you're saying. By the time you decide whether or not you like the characters, you're pretty well into the movie. So if you watch it again on a rewatch, then you could get more out of it. You're not sitting there trying to be like, do I fucking hate these people or cool? I like it.